Welcome back to another episode of Into the Nexus. I'm your host, Corey. For those of you just joining the podcast, we are KG Nexus AI, and we specialize in providing business intelligence and analytics solutions to help businesses scale their revenue. What does it take to lead a civil construction company with a decade of experience? Today's guest, Matt Lovingier, knows the answer. As the president of JHM Engineering and Construction Inc., Matt has built his career on the pillars of integrity, adaptability, and personal ownership. With over 25 years of experience paired with his executive leadership at JHM Engineering and Construction Inc., this gives him a unique perspective on the industry. Matt, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Just a little side bit for you guys. Matt and I had a brief discussion about his Kobe Bryant framed jersey there, and I know some of you may know I'm not the biggest Kobe fan, and as I explained, number 8 Kobe was my enemy. Number 24 Kobe I respected, so I'll give you a little bit of bonus points just for having number 24 there, but if it was number 8, we may have to have a different podcast here.
Yeah, we figured out a way to work through our differences, so we're on good terms.
And that's how we do. We find a way to push through.
That's right.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your background and the journey that led you into the construction industry.
Yeah, so my journey basically started at birth. My grandpa, after World War II, got into the trades. Was a union operator, a heavy equipment operator. Eventually started his own company. My dad got into the business and brought me in, and now I'm in the business. And so it's a third generation legacy, and we just keep on doing work.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always great, keeping the family, keep the tradition alive, keep it going. And like you said, from birth, you were exposed to it. Makes it easier, and you can just continue on and passing the chain on down the line as it goes. I mean, it's always great that when families have that ability to continue and teach the values and whatnot to their children, and so on and so on. So that's great to hear.
Yeah, and I've actually got my 18-year-old just started working for us last year, so we've got him learning quick.
There we go, future CEO.
That's right. He's got a long road to go, but he'll get there.
Yeah, eventually you get there.
Yeah.
All right. So where do you see the biggest opportunities for innovation or impact within the construction industry as of today?
Yeah, the biggest area for innovation is technology and AI. There's a lot of opportunity to automate things, whether it's equipment operations, or just even general trade work. There's a lot of opportunity to make things better, quicker, faster, safer for people by simply upgrading tools and the way that the tools communicate with each other and how they just help to progress the job along faster. Yeah,
there is a lot of opportunity. I mean, from the way construction, we've seen it evolve over the years. You see, like an example I can give, something I saw online overseas, I believe it was in Japan, building a train station, like an entire train station in one weekend, just to see, like, traditionally, that would take several months to complete, but you can see the advancements that have been achieved where they can do something like that. And we see that in other areas as well, like with pop-up houses and whatnot that you can just put together really fast, and not everything's just about speed, but it's also quality as well. So, yeah. And on the technology front, like you mentioned too.
Yeah, so Japan has another example where they've got a high hazard area, and they've got people sitting in an office remotely running remote controls to operate heavy equipment, keeping the guys out of danger and allowing them to operate from an office. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunity for innovation out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So with all that, if we were having this conversation, let's say 5 years from now, so now we see what the stance is at the moment, what the technology limits are at the moment. But in 5 years from now, what do you think would be completely different within the industry, and what do you think might stay exactly the same?
Yeah, it's hard to say because the construction industry itself has been a little slower to progress. When we start looking at Elon's robots and stuff, I don't know if we'll see those guys in trenches digging holes yet. But it also wouldn't surprise me if we're looking 10, 15 years down the road that there are, robots in trenches. But I don't know if too much will change in the next 5 years when it comes to actual people in the field doing the hard work. But we will definitely see the technology advances in equipment, even with cameras on equipment and monitoring equipment and how they're operating and how their efficiencies are. We're already seeing a lot of that, a lot of upgrades in the GPS systems for grading work and even trenching work itself. So I think we'll continue to see a lot of advancement there in the heavy equipment sector.
Yeah, the one thing you mentioned that I was thinking, excuse me, is, like you said, the cameras on the equipment with the ability to scan, recognize dangers or any type of threats that might be around in the area, where it could just recognize it and just stop and save a life. Because sometimes that happens. We see some equipment starts falling or something unseen happens, and this equipment, with the technology now, it's able to recognize the dangers that might be ahead and just shut everything down until the way is clear and safe again. So yeah, I think.
Yeah, I mean, with big heavy equipment, there's a lot of blind spots. So the more cameras we can have, so the operator has visibility, but then even the AI implementation to be able to stop the equipment without the operator is super helpful for keeping people safe.
Absolutely. So you work for JMH Engineering and Construction Inc. Tell us about the company. What do you do? Who do you serve? Is it for the public? Is it more for corporate places or commercial? What do you do?
Yeah, so we are a heavy civil company. Our focus is on the energy sector. So we do a lot of work inside the oil refineries here in Southern California. We also do battery storage facilities and solar fields. And so when it comes to energy, we want to be the people playing in the dirt in those worlds. And so whether it's excavation, grading, demolition, site prep, or simply trenching to get power to different locations, that's where you'll find us.
Okay, wow. Do you ever have any pushback from individuals who, if you're trying to promote clean energy, do you ever get pushback about your approach to giving that out to people?
Yeah, no, we don't typically get a lot of pushback because we are diverse. When I say energy, we're in renewables, we're in fossil fuels, and most people we deal with understand that there's a need for both. We can't get rid of fossil fuels and go full renewable. We need renewables for the future. In California especially, we're building data centers faster than we can power them. And
Right.
so we need power, energy from every source we can get right now.
True. Okay. So far, with your experience in the company and everything you've dealt with, what would you say, if you could think of one proud moment, even maybe your proudest moment, what would that have been so far?
Yeah, I would say my proudest moment was at the start of COVID. We were a full-blown refinery company. That's all we did. That's who we worked for. That's who we serviced. And when people stopped driving, stopped flying because of COVID, they had a surplus of oil, and they basically shut down overnight. And so that's when we made a hard pivot and said, we need to figure out what other opportunities there are for us out there. How do we explore different sectors of business? And, in the last 5 years, we've made a lot of headway to get to where we are and becoming more diverse in who we operate for, who we work with, and what market sectors we're dealing with.
Okay. One question, since you mentioned that you pivoted to include more, you saw that growth come out of COVID, which is great, that you're able to go down different avenues to help companies stay on float and surpass your expectations. But in today, with changes with the current administration. Has that impacted the company at all?
We haven't seen a lot of impact from the current administration because we're in California. I mean, we see a lot from California leadership impacting how we do business. We're, like I said, refineries are one of our, focal points. It's where, my grandpa cut his teeth learning how to operate, and we're seeing them leave California quickly. And so we're seeing that impact our business quite a bit. With these Phillips 66 and Chevron moving headquarters and people wanting out of California and out of the refining business here is causing a lot of impact.
Okay. What would you say is next for JMH? How do you see the company evolving over the next few years?
Yeah, so our next big move is just moving up and down throughout the entire state. So right now our main focus is Southern California, from about Santa Barbara down to San Diego, and we're picking off little jobs here and there in Northern California. And so we're looking, in a 3 to 5 year time frame of really having an established footprint throughout the entire state and having multiple offices throughout the entire state.
Okay, that's pretty good growth right there. I mean, it shows what you're doing now is working. So the fact that you can even extend that much, get that far reach, that's great. And it doesn't sound like that would be the limit of it. It sounds like you could even go further as well once you hit those targets in those areas.
Yeah, you're sneaking into a little bit of the 5 to 7 year plan of getting into Nevada, Arizona, moving a little bit across state lines.
Yep, definitely. It's worth it. I mean, just keep it moving, keep it pushing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So speaking of growth, what growth channels currently work best for you now?
So what we've found is that we need to stick to what we're really good at. And so we get opportunities to growth where it's like, hey, can you take on this type of work? And we've done a really good job of saying no to that because we're not experts. We know the civil game, we know how to dig, we know how to grade, concrete, asphalt, we can do those scopes of work. And so we focused on what we're really good at and then tried to expand our client base, expand our geographical reach. And that's worked really well for us. The last thing we want to do is step into something we're not good at and we're not experts in and, cause harm to a relationship we have.
Would you say you get a lot of requests to do things that you currently don't offer, or are those things that you don't in right now?
Yeah, we get a lot of requests to, take on different trade work and with some of our key clients, and we just, unfortunately, we have to tell them no, but it's in the best interest of both parties.
Right, yeah, because like you said, you wouldn't want to have a negative impact if you tried to do something that you're not the expert in. I mean, it sounds like what you have now is pretty straightforward for you guys because it's what you know, it's what you do. But taking on those other things that they want, I guess it's just easier for companies to just try, they want to do everything with the one place if they already have that service. But and that's what we see sometimes from others. It sounds great, like, hey, you know what, they want some more, let's just try it. But then like you mentioned, it could just ruin the whole relationship if it's not done at the same level that you've already been providing them. If you don't have that same level of service, then it just ruins the whole thing.
Yeah, so the example for us is we do concrete work, we're building pipe supports, and they come to us and say, hey, we want you to start doing pipe work and start putting the pipes on top of those. And they come to us, we'll help you get started, we'll make sure you're taken care of. And it's like, we can do all that, but then the second we get somebody hurt or we install something wrong, because I don't know what I'm doing in that world and I can't fix those problems, it can go south really quick.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So with your growth and outreach, what would you say are the bottlenecks you experience around pipeline outreach or lead generation or even lead conversion?
I would say a lot of that has to do with consistency, and the fact that we are smaller, trying to grow and trying to grow quickly. Is we can go out, we can make a connection, we can meet somebody new, We can start getting on their bidders list, and then it's like, oh, we're swamped. We actually don't have time to put bids out to them, and so we're trying to keep the communication going, trying to stay up front with them, and then, down the line they're like, you guys aren't bidding our work, we don't need you. And then things just slow down. You're begging them again for the chance and the opportunity, and so it's a cat and mouse game of, how do you grow at the right pace and meet the right people and be able to stay consistent in those sales opportunities.
So with lead generation, what would be the two or three top data points that you wish you had access to right now that would maybe better qualify potential clients or help you with existing ones to help further grow that relationship?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. And we do a lot of our sales, our outreach, our connections, lead generation based on culture. We want to have people that are culturally fit to how we operate. We don't want to get in a world where we're battling for the low bid. We want to build partnerships with people that like working for us, people that we want to work for, that we have a good relationship with, that we can continually build together. What we always say is, we're not here for one big job, one big score. We're here for 20, 30, 40 years of work. I still work with people that knew my grandpa because we're not going anywhere. And
Right.
so how do we find people that fit that? And sometimes you can, read a sign on their office door or a picture on their wall, and you're like, oh, I think these are them. These are the people. And then it doesn't always work out. So it's a test and it's a trial. And, but if there was a way to pinpoint that early and not get into some of the messes where you get a job with somebody and you're like, oh, these are our people, and then they're not your people. That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's not the easiest to find people. I mean, I guess I can compare for myself when I am looking for a guest, for example, to come on the podcast, and there's like, I've come across some where you can feel they have that good value to them. They're not just there to make a quick dollar or whatnot and move on. Like I look for people who they're serving the public or the communities or whatever companies that they're serving. They actually are there for them. They do the work. They have pride in what they do, and it's not just quick 1, 2 done. And sure, the job may have been done, but was it done to that level where you've now established that relationship? So I use these tactics myself when I'm looking for individuals in my lead generation. And so far, I believe everything that I've been able to come across, every person I've come across so far has met that value for me to show me that, would this be someone that I would do business with? Yes. And that's what I look for, because if I feel that way and I can see that that's how you and others operate, then it just shows me like what the criteria I use to find people like you and others that I've come across is actually working. So I think that that's something maybe, we could have an offline conversation about it. I can see this is something we can help you out with to find more like-minded individuals and those that you would want to establish those relationships with and have that long-term partnership as well.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, we can talk offline and set something up and go a little deeper into that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big deal. It's super important to find the right people.
Yep, absolutely. So for people who want to get into construction, maybe they want to start their own company, what advice would you give to professionals who are looking to get into the construction space?
Biggest advice I would give is to find good people you want to do it with. You don't want to put all this pressure on yourself. You don't want to put it all on your back. I've got a couple business partners that are really good friends of mine. And we didn't start off that way. We've just built that relationship over years of working together. We're like-minded. We get after it. We hustle. And it's a joy to do it with people. And so find somebody that can help. and jump on that journey together.
Absolutely, yeah. It's in everything we do, you always need some help along the way. You have a few success stories of people that were able to do it on their own, but even then, those people still had to find some sort of help along the way. So, but like you mentioned, especially with construction being such a large business, it's not just a person behind a computer that could do it all. You need people to help out in all various different areas. So
yeah, and also don't be afraid to get a coach. I mean, if Tiger Woods needs a swing coach, what makes you think you're better than him at your job? I mean, we've had numerous coaches that we've worked with throughout the years, and it's super beneficial.
That's true. Even your guy there on the wall behind you, Kobe, had to have a coach too. So,
oh, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, it's just because you're great, there's always room to grow, always something new to learn, and someone who can guide you and teach you along the way. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's never you alone in the race. You have others to support you through it and get there. Okay. So if people in the Southern California area want to get in touch with you, what is the best way to get to you and JMH Engineering and Construction?
We're on most social media platforms. We're on Instagram. We're on LinkedIn. I'm on there as well, Matt Lovingier. We've also got a website. It is jmheandc.com, and you can find us there and connect with us there.
All right, perfect. I will link those in the description below for those who are interested, and you can reach out to Matt and his team anytime for all your construction needs. Matt, it's been a pleasure. I know you have a lot going on right now, but thank you for taking the time to join us. And hey, I look forward to doing this again. And maybe next time we might even have our separate debate show about.
we can show the stats and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll go through some stats and compare Kobe versus LeBron. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you so much. Everyone, take care. We'll talk to you next time.